Make a wish? Okay. I want us to be together until the end of the world.
Jenny. I'm sorry.
He took your girl, Rick. He took your dreams. And he took your life. Dr. Henry West, MD. He took it all. Only thing you got left is your soul. And that belongs to me. Who am I? Let's just say I'm God. Your God. At least the only God that's listening right now. What do I want? The same as any God. A little faith. For without faith, I am nothing. And without me, you're fucked. She doesn't have to die. I can help you. I can heal your wounds. We can save her. If you show me some faith, if you trust me, if you put me on. Did I say it was gonna be fun? You're gonna have to learn to love the pain. There's a lot more of it to come.
What have you done to me? What am I? What am I?
You're mine, Rick.
Jen.
Until Jen's back safe in your arms, you're mine. Phase 1. Satan's Mask.
What's happened to me?
To us. You're wearing me, I'm inhabiting you. We're a team now. You help me get what I want, and I help you get your girl back.
What the fuck is going on?
And it is good to finally be free. Come on, let's go kill something. It's been too long, and I'm way out of practice. Yeah. You never forget your first kill. Oops. Too much for you, Rico? Shit. You humans are so fragile. See, you're still weak. We have to take it slow and build your strength.
No! Jenny!
Up there.
What are you? I don't know anything about you.
You set me free, I owe you. That's all you need to know.
Somehow I don't believe you.
And somehow I don't care. Believe what you want. Waste them.
Journal of Dr. Henry West. Despite my attempts to unlock its secrets, the terror mask continues to frustrate me. I thought I sensed a power within it, but perhaps it's no more than it appears to be. An unremarkable ceremonial mask. I return it to its place among my collection and turn my attention to more important matters.
Jennifer! Shit.
Oh, dinner.
Pass blocked.
Find another way round. Try breaking through. Get a load of this thing, huh? Listen, I have a thirst, Rick. Call it a passion. See, when it comes to blood, I'm something of a connoisseur, you know? I give you power. I make you stronger. You understand? Jesus, Rick, get it together. I asked you to trust me. First sight of blood, you're crying like a schoolgirl. For a dick, you are such a pussy.
From the Journal of Dr. Henry West.
You get
My
hurt
theories
too
in
bad,
necrobiology
and
find
fall
little
over.
favour with the
Too much
sensibilities
damage
of
will
this
kill
modern
us.
age.
And when I say
There are
us,
protests
I mean
and
you.
complaints. In previous centuries, they stoned me, drove me from town. In this age, they write protest emails to the college newspaper. I live in an age of naive innocence.
Getting closer. I can smell it. No mistaking that tang of insanity. Oh, and that pretty girl of yours, I can smell her too. Oh, she smells good. Terror, confusion, panic. I like her.
Jennifer!
You lost her.
Where do we go now?
Oh, God. Ow!
Down there, down there.
What should I do?
The key? It's blood, Rick. It's all of it. Kill these guys.
Oh, disgusting! What would I give for some hand sanitizer? Built on this shit.
Don't try to make sense of it, Ricky.
Mark. Dan, I know these people. We took stats together last semester.
They're better off dead, Rick. West's experiments already broke their minds. You're just pushing shit. Home stretch.
What do you want?
Oh, fuck.
Get off!
Since we started, this ain't gonna be easy, Ricky boy.
Shit!
Take that. Come here, asshole. I need you. You know, you got a good head on your shoulders.
No! Johnny!
No! Ah! Ah!
Phase 2. The Doll That Bled. Blood ciphers. Ancient symbols of power. Illuminated by blood. Another former classmate? God damn, this is a regular high school reunion. And I suppose this is the Glee Club. You know, you're just too smart for your own good. We're descending into hell. Whew. Scared myself. Ha! Now we're cooking.
That woman again.
West's wife. His dad wife. Looks just like your girl, don't she?
Wait. How do you know?
I'm inside your head, remember? I know what your favorite movie is. I know what your favorite cereal is. I know that when you're alone with that pretty girl of yours, you love to just...
Hey, cut it out!
Then find more things for us to kill. Blood and carnage always make me feel more cooperative.
Jennifer!
Please.
Fucking way.
Well, I think I did.
Help me.
What's going on? Jenny, I'm coming.
Rick, save me. Did you hear that, Rick? I believe Jen is in fucking trouble. Let's go.
Fuck, will you just shut the fuck up?
I do not sleep. A side effect of the longevity process. I lie in the darkness, hear only the screams of my victims. It has been like this for more than 200 years now. The children grow restless and hungry. I must arrange for another student to visit me here at the mansion. Entertain. Lenora and I were never blessed with children, but I think of all my creations as my children now. They play in the grounds of the mansion and make their lairs in its darkest corners. Subjects' screams disturb my concentration when I'm working.
Get up and fight!
Sever the mouth or sever the vocal cord.
No, Dr. West, no! You hear that? That's Jen screaming for help. Get moving, lover.
Seriously? Stop.
What are you doing? Ooh, Dr. West,
It's so big.
Do you ever stop talking?
What? Hold it right there, Rico.
Why? It's just a...
Doll? Is that what you were gonna say? Okay, you raggedy little fucker. Let's see what you're made of. Okay, now look what you did. Me and your big mouth. The doll's the key. The doll's buried in there somewhere. Destroy it.
Holy shit!
Bring it down! I ain't your mama, asshole. You still don't trust me, do you, Rick?
You already know the answer.
Well, that's too bad. Trusting me is the only chance you got.
Jen! Jenny! It's me!
Rick?
You. Is it possible? I see it all now. A Mobius strip without beginning or end. Perhaps. No. Too late. Too late. A soul must make room for another. Take my advice, boy. Enjoy what little extra life that thing has given you. And don't try
to follow us. West recognized us.
Well, you got one of those faces. Now go!
Hey.
Maybe one day I'll get one where you look like you're having fun. Dr. West? Hello? Anyone here?
We have fun. Look, I got us tickets for that concert at the Arkham Bowl tomorrow, didn't I?
You betcha. Shadow over Arkham rocks through the solar eclipse. Tell me you got backstage passes too, and I'll marry you right now.
Phase 3. In the shadow of the abyss. Take it steady. Yeah, that's it. That's it. You okay?
Yeah.
Good. Because dead, you're useless to me.
What's that?
It's a portal. They open up in places where the barriers of reality are weaker.
Any idea where we are?
Could be the past. Could be another world. That's the thing about hijacking a portal. It's a crapshoot.
This is insane. I had plans. I was taking my girl to the Eclipse Rock Festival tomorrow. I was gonna ask her to marry me. I bought a ring.
Oh, that's so romantic. Might want to hold on to the receipt.
The eclipse.
Another time, another place, another eclipse.
This is bad, right?
Yeah, Rick. It is bad. It's really fucking bad.
So what exactly are they anyway?
They are everything and nothing. The many-angled ones. Timeless, eternal. They inhabit the abyss, the gulf between what's said and what's understood. The place from whence stems all human suffering. Mankind can only trace the jagged silhouette around the shadow they cast across the world. Their famine, conflict, genocide. They are now and forever amen. And they're coming your way.
Something's coming.
Rick!
Where do we go now?
We go up.
So West is like a servant of the corrupted?
Yeah, they need servants like him. They're trapped in the abyss. They might free. That's what West is trying to do. Break down the barriers and let him in. He comes again. performs a ritual, then the corrupted come through the open door, and the lights don't come on again.
It's Jen. At least I know she's still alive.
She'll be fine. He needs her alive for the sacrifice.
He's going to kill her?
Yeah. That's why it's called a sacrifice. Or did I forget to mention it? What's this into my Wait. No peeking. Surprise! No. A taste of the future.
I don't understand.
New York City, 13 months after you failed to save Jennifer. 13 months after the corrupted are set free.
Jen.
Oh, don't wait for Jen. You'll all be joining her soon enough.
Is it too late?
We've got until the eclipse reaches totality.
Then let's go. Fuck is that?
Guardians. They inhabit the thresholds of this world. Feeding on the life force of all trespass.
So how do we get through?
It's a big mouth in the doorway. Your guardians. Their own. Phase 4. The Meat Factory.
This place smells like shit.
That reminds me of home. Get a load of this thing, huh? Break it open!
Disgusting!
A 2x4. That's the corrupted. That ain't the corrupted. They're groupies and wannabes. Trust me, if that was the corrupted, your brain would be leaking out your nose right about now. Get it! Oh, it's gonna be fun. some!
Are they human?
Used to be. A long time. What's the matter, kiddo? Weak stomach? Who's this?
What the hell is that?
It's nothing, kid. Just a trick of the light. See, that's the kind of shit that got us an M rating. Watch out! Don't let it touch you! Hurry! We need to get out of here, now! Kinda feels like everything we meet wants to eat us, huh? Good times, man. Oh! So, made.
Jenny, I'm coming.
Kill it! I'm just a mask, waiting for the right actor to bring it to life. It's a big guy. What don't you say? Any floor will do. Fuck it. Wait! I know this guy! Yeah, we are screwed.
Rick?
No!
Well, look who's back. Show him why we call it Splatterhouse. This girl of yours.
Jen.
You once told her you'd love her until the end of the world. It's time to prove it, Rick. The end of the world is coming.
Guy's an expert in something called necrobiology. Maybe he likes to take his work home with him. We'll take a look at this one. Could be Aztec, I think.
Rick?
Phase 5. The corpse that wouldn't die.
Nice landing.
Hey, your nutsack's not fused to your chin, right? I'd consider that a successful trip.
Where are we?
You tell me, Rick.
The carvings are Mayan. I'd say we're somewhere in southern Mexico. Maybe the Yucatan Peninsula?
Very good. And wrong. No, give or take a few hours and 100 and something feet, we're back where we started. West had all this shipped here and built into the foundations of the band. A lot of people have entered these catacombs. Only West ever returned. Generations of the disappeared of Arkham Town lie buried down here. And they ain't at rest.
Fuck is that?
I have a feeling we'll find out soon enough. Pick that up. You're gonna need it later.
Long enough to know that everything else he's tried won't bring his dead wife back.
And he's crazy enough to think that the corrupted will do it if he helps them.
Crazy to make any deal with the corrupted. Now why is there this house is down here? Their name.
Wait. The Aztec mask, is that what you... I've got an Aztec demon inside my head?
Brother of mine. I'm so embarrassed. Fuck him now, baby. You know you like it, Rick. Now we're cooking. Let's rip a few of these fucking heads off.
Phase 6. Beast with a human heart.
Welcome to the house that West built. He's been channeling the power of the dead through these walls for almost a century. The corrupted's influence is seeping through the cracks in the walls. The house is dreaming of being alive.
You still haven't answered my question.
What am I? The real question is, what are you? The good guy? If you're the good guy, then stop me before I kill again. Aren't you vain, are you? Dude, I'm just an expression of your heart's desire.
Bullshit.
Ooh. Come on, let yourself go. Take the wall back.
What is that sound? That sound. Like a heartbeat. Living heart.
Well, that's a unique conversation piece. I know you. I know what you really are. I can see the real you.
So what is it you think I really am?
Not a killer.
No, I'm doing this for Jen.
Oh, come on. It's not just what you do, it's who you are. You've always been a killer. In another life. In another game. You've always known it. Felt that urge? You just tried to bury it. You've been wearing a mask your whole life. This is who you really are.
You're wrong.
Am I?
I remold flesh and resculpt bone. I create things both unnatural and wondrous. I enjoy my work. I've seen hundreds, thousands more likely. My surgeon's team. Their gods do not answer their babbling prayers. Mine.
Getting kind of good at this now, Rico. The sound of bodies bursting, the feel of flesh tearing in your hands. Ooh, admit it. The power, the strength. You like it, don't you? Don't you?
Yeah. No. You're confusing me. I can't think.
Oh, you don't need to think, Rick.
Calm yourself, Lenora.
It's Jennifer, you dick!
Mr. Taylor, it's said that a man's true character is reflected in the fruits of his toil. I think it's time you got to know me a little better.
So much suffering. It's beautiful. Kill
What?
Rick, what am I going to do with you? You just...
Look at what you've become. Revel in death, and for what?
For Jenny.
Oh, my dear boy, you're a monster, a sideshow freak. You think she'll want you now?
Oh, I swear, if you hurt her again...
That's the spirit. On with the show.
You have my word. I'll be a gentleman. To the end.
Interesting place. Who's the architect? Edgar Allan Poe?
You don't have to come.
Oh, and leave you alone in there with Dr. Weird?
Okay, so he's a little eccentric, but he asked for me specially, remember?
Gee, I wonder why. Hey!
Another one for my collection. Rick Taylor, the man behind the mask. That's the story I want to get. Maybe one day I'll get one where you look like you're having fun.
Phase 7. Scream Park.
Everything's just dandy.
This is a corrupted place of power.
Maybe someone built this place on the wrong piece of earth. Maybe something bad happened here once. Don't take much for something good to go bad. Well, we've been here about 30 seconds, and so far nothing's tried to tear out our liver. Trust me, that is a good sign. Maybe there's nothing here. Maybe... Oh, a 2x4. Handy. Kill him, Ricky boy. And quick.
You really get off on this, don't you? The only thing you seem to enjoy is causing pain.
You're being all noble and heroic to save Jen, but, you ever turned out that little psychology sophomore you got it all with last Halloween? Oh.
I was drunk. You don't think I regret that?
See? If a square Joe like you can do something bad once, then don't it follow that something like me can be capable of doing something good? Duality, see? That's what I'm talking about.
Help me, Rick.
Oh, by the way, we must do this tall. Test your strength, Rick. Well, since we're being so bound and honest, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't enjoying this. Now that's art. You know you like it, Rico. I love this ride.
A mysterious fire went
The thing that happened with that girl.
I never said it was a girl.
Wait, what?
Hey, you think I care? We're both men of the world. You cheated on your girlfriend. Me, I've helped exterminate whole civilizations. You think what you did matters?
It matters to me. I let Jen down that night. I can't let her down again. Not now. Not ever.
Oh, that's great. Now can we get back to the zombie army? Never met a clown I didn't want to beat the living fuck out of.
What is that?
Does it matter what it is? Just kill it. Bring it on. Punch him in the air. looks uncomfortable.
Phase 8. Reflections in Blood.
You're wondering how I know so much about the corrupted, huh? Oh, I know them. For an eternity, I was their slave. I escaped the abyss through a crack the width of a white lie. Right now, with respect to this world, it's keep it that way. We all have secrets, Rick. We're all wearing masks. Even Jennifer. Just remember, beneath the makeup, below that coarse, smooth skin, behind those eyes so deep you could drown, there's a hollow, bleached white skull, and it's laughing at you. Now let's go say that.
Help me, Rick. Save me, Rick. Rick, he's hurting me. Why did you let him take me? You pussy. Stay with me, Rick. Stay with me forever. Go back, Rick. Save yourself. I'd do anything for you, Rick. You're pathetic.
I want blood.
Rick, I trusted you. Stay with me, Rick.
Get some.
You pussy. Cocksucker! Rick, he's hurting me. Go back, Rick. Save yourself.
Well, we took a wrong turn. Let's double back. We all have our demons, Rick. It's time to face yours.
Where are we?
The silver side of the mirror.
It's so cold.
Yes!
There's a whole shitload of 7 years bad luck coming your way.
Another eclipse.
The third of 5 eclipses. Different times, different places. Lining up one by one like the tumblers in a combination lock. The ritual decrees that blood be let, and the shadow of each eclipse.
The blood of a virgin?
Hardly, Rick. Hardly.
Hey, afterwards, when you get done here, I thought maybe we could have a little you and me time. Yeah, there's this little restaurant down by the river. It's nothing fancy, but...
Sounds like a plan, Professor.
Yeah, I sure hope so.
Phase 9. The Ruined Heart. From the Journal of Dr. Henry West, Arkham, 1756. Was it only 4 years ago that I first stepped ashore at Boston Harbor, with my beloved bride, Lenora, at my side? She is dead now, taken by cholera. The surgeon's hands saved hundreds in the outbreak that swept through the colonies. Yet I failed to prevent the death of my own wife. Tonight, God willing, I will join her. I leave my estate to the people of Arkham. This mansion has become a house of horror. In time, may it become known as a place of healing and stand as a memorial to her beauty and grace. L'amour triomphe de l'amour. It seems the good Lord is not yet ready to forgive my sins. For as I lay at the threshold to the eternal abyss, an angel spoke to me. His message: she doesn't have to die. I returned from that dark place with knowledge of a means by which to arrest time's advances upon the flesh, and the promise that, God willing, science might one day restore Lenora to life.
A 2x4.
My rational mind tells me it was a delusion, born of the laudanum I took, nothing more. And yet, the apparition had spoken the truth. She lies perfectly preserved now, serene as if sleeping like some princess in a grim tale. She shall sleep enough for the both of us. I must go to work.
Nice action. Have to watch it. That's on the internet.
From the Journal of Dr. Henry West, Georgia, 1864. Almost a century has passed since I began my search. I've seen wars, famine, empires rise and fall, and so much suffering. Now at last my journey is over. At last I have the means to restore my beloved to life. Disaster! I am a fool! Lenora has returned, a ghoulish, screeching, drooling thing. She watches without seeing, through blind eyes older than time. I keep her restrained for her own benefit.
rare moments, she is herself again, and begs that I set her free. It is a ruse, as I have already learned to my cost. Yet these fleeting instances give me cause for hope. We're close, my love, so close. I must go. She is hungry. Lenora slipped her chains once more last night. I found her at dawn on the outskirts of Arkham. Her face bloodied, her beautiful ivory wedding gown stained black with gore. And this time, clutched tightly in her hands, were the shattered remains of a porcelain doll. Oh, God! The children! From the Journal of Dr. Henry West, Cambridge, 1866. What devil is this? I have been sent to Cambridge on a wild goose chase by Arkham's magistrate. I cannot shake this dread feeling deep in my heart that something is terribly amiss. Too exhausted to sleep. The sun rises, today as every other. Yet something has forever changed. I feel not its warm embrace. I cannot yet make sense of this madness. I write this account of last night, only to convince myself of its irrevocable outcome. My heart is dead. Lenora is no more.
The house is dying. Gordon, I can't stop it!
Rick? The woman in this picture? Don't you think, I mean...
That she sort of looks like you? Yeah, that's really kind of...
strange.
Phase 10. The Wicker Bride.
I reached Arkham at nightfall. As my horse, Providence, crested the west ridge, I witnessed a chilling scene, and the purpose of this fool's errand became clear. Towering over the mansion stood a sacrificial wicker man, and inside, a jury of the great and good of Arkham Town had already pronounced judgment. Their intent was plain. Lenora was to be burned as a witch. I rode with haste.
Jen! Sacrifice! It's time! They're gonna kill her!
That certainly looks that way.
You're almost out of time, Ricky, so hurry it up.
As I rode, a cacophony of jeers and cries, and such screaming reached my ears, and I grimly observed that the good Christian folk of Arkham Town have not entirely abandoned their pagan roots. how quickly man will revert to superstition in dealing with matters he does not understand. I prayed for help to any god that would listen. But it was not our Lord that answered. I could not say what fate befell that mob. Only that their shouting and jeering turned to screams, and then a strange, inhuman moaning that chilled my blood.
Succession of events I can scarcely believe. Bro, they did happen. Before the Wicker Man stood a masked brute, drawn straight from the pages of some lurid penny dreadful.
No! Jen! Jen. Rick. Fuck me!
That ain't Jen.
I used my talents only to serve mankind. My reward is ruination. So be it. All that remains of my wife are memories and her wedding ring. In time, both will tarnish. Science has failed me. Humanity is a luxury I can no longer afford. I shall put my faith in older gods. I will tear down the gates of heaven to find you, Lenora, and I shall reach them on a stairway built from the stacked corpses of the good people of Arkham. And the body of her masked executioner shall form the final step. I don't remember inviting two of you.
Oh, Dr. West. I'm Jennifer Willis. You contacted me about doing an interview for the student newspaper? To give your side of the story about the work you're doing at the medical school?
And your companion?
Rick Taylor, sir. I hope you don't mind, but Jen and I have a date tonight, so kind of made sense for me to
I understand. You wanted to protect your girlfriend in case anything happened to her. Very noble of you. And also, completely futile.
Fang Louis, Magla, Puluwagen.
I'm sorry.
Phase 11. Blood Eclipse.
It's a little late to start praying now.
I can feel some weird pull. Some force centered way over there.
The final eclipse is approaching. The gateway's almost open. Reality is beginning to unravel. It's time. They're coming. Of course. The sky is falling.
Rick, my friend. Our journey is drawing to a close.
It's west.
No shit.
It's unfortunate we have become adversaries. We share so much. The same interests, the same purpose, the same woman. I warned you not to follow us. Well, you know how impulsive young people are. But I understand. You would do anything for Jennifer, just as I have done for Lenora.
Back, Rick.
What are a dozen lives? 100, 10,000 lives, when measured against one true love. And I've been admiring your excellent work in that regard.
hell is happening here?
The corrupted are dreaming this world. Soon they'll awaken and this world will be gone.
Oh, shit! Oh! These things hurt!
Oh, I'm sorry. Did your vagina just say something?
Ah, good times. What is this place?
The mine. West built this to honor its victims back when there was still humanity in them. Ancient symbols of power, illuminated by blood. Look around. There should be more. Now for the fun stuff. One more to go. By the giant falling meteorites.
It's headed right for... What the fuck?
What's it good?
Oh, hell yes! Did you see that shit? Oh, what, no comment? I just caught a fucking meteor!
Yeah.
What was that?
I've got a feeling shit is about to hit the fan.
144 years ago, I lost everything. No, you took it from me. You took it all when you killed Lenora. You killed my wife.
He's porting out. Damn it!
Where do we go now?
That way.
The floor's sinking. Whoa! The floor is sinking!
Paint the walls red. The end of the world. Ha! Congratulations. You did everything you were hoping for.
Blah, 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 blah.
That night, I vowed that all men should suffer as I have suffered. But I was wrong. Pain and suffering are born of life. That much is clear to me now. So this is my gift to you, to all mankind. An end to all suffering. An end to all life. Yes, the corrupted will spare mankind any further pain. And Lenora and I shall be reunited.
Yeah? Well, fuck you.
No, Rick. Fuck you!
sacrificial altar is on the other side of the chapel.
Phase 12. The Devil Made Flesh.
Ea sulu rakin. Eo shubnigarat. Gorgo, Morgo. Thousand-faced moon. Look favorably upon this sacrifice.
Get your hands off my girls. Jen! We did it, didn't we? We stopped the ceremony. Eclipse is still in motion. Something's still trying to force its way through.
It's too late, Rick.
The sacrifice!
One sacrifice isn't enough to open the gateway. Not one, not 1,000, but 10,000 sacrifices. And you, Rick, you have been the executioner. I want vengeance for an eternity of agony. I want the corrupted to know that it was me who stopped them. To do that, I gotta let him out.
Please. Rick, help me!
Jenny, I'm coming!
You hear that? That's Jen screaming.
Get away.
stars burn out and civilizations rise and fall. But when that payback finally comes around, there's not a second of all that waiting that ain't been worth it. Hey, what do you think you're doing? We got a deal, remember?
Let me go! It's over! Our deal was to save Jen, and she's safe now!
You sure our deal's over, Rico? You checked on your girl lately?
What are you talking about?
Lenora, my love. At last, you've come back to me. I'm here. Lenora, I've been waiting so long for you. My beloved.
Jen, you okay?
Good to be back.
From the Journal of Dr. Henry West, Arkham, 1756.
Was it only 4 years ago that I first stepped ashore at Boston Harbor, with my beloved bride, Lenora, at my side?
She is dead now,
Taken by cholera.
The surgeon's hands saved hundreds in the outbreak that swept through the colonies. Yet I failed to prevent the death of my own wife. Tonight, God willing, I will join her. To take one's own life is a mortal sin, but perhaps I can lead his hand. Poison shall be my nepenthe. I leave my estate to the people of Arkham. This mansion has become a house of horror. In time, may it become known as a place of healing, and stand as a memorial to her beauty and grace. L'amour triomphe de l'amour. It seems the good Lord is not yet ready to accept me, nor to forgive my sins. For as I lay at the threshold to the eternal abyss, an angel spoke to me, his face a pale mask of serenity. His message, she doesn't have to die. I returned from that dark place, with knowledge of a means by which to arrest time's advances upon the flesh, and the promise that, God willing, science might one day restore Lenora to life. My rational mind tells me it was a delusion, born of the laudanum I took, nothing more. And yet, the apparition had spoken the truth. She lies perfectly preserved now, serene as if sleeping, like some princess in a grim tale. She shall sleep enough for the both of us. I must go to work. From the Journal of Dr. Henry West.
The war against the British continues. General Washington hails me as a hero and credits me with saving the lives of many of his troops through my skills as a surgeon. All that matters, though, is the knowledge I can glean from the shattered and bloody bodies that are laid out before me. They will be the textbooks from which I will learn the secrets of life and death. I have learned so much in the last 20 years of study, but my beloved Lenora remains perfect but lifeless, while I continue to age. I fear that the secrets I seek will not be easily discovered in the span of one normal human lifetime.
I have exhausted all possible sources of knowledge in the fledgling nation of these United States. With the limited resources available to me in the Americas, I have already achieved some small success in my experiments into the reanimation of dead matter, a scientific discipline that I have come to call necrobiology. It is my belief that further advances may be made through close study of some of the knowledge contained within the countless libraries and universities of Europe. For I think that this may not be a new science at all, but a very old one previously dismissed as necromancy. I leave my beloved Lenora behind me, preserved in a catacomb beneath a large plot of land I have purchased outside Arkham. She will remain there, safe and hidden, until I return. From the Journal of Dr. Henry West. At last, a breakthrough. After scouring Europe in search of the crumbs of knowledge I required, I found the last few vital pieces I needed here, in Edinburgh, where I first studied to be a physician decades ago. What I have found is not a means of restoring life, but of prolonging it. Armed with this new knowledge, I will be able to extend my life far beyond its natural limit, allowing me to work tirelessly to achieve my goal. Wherever war again, as the great European powers take to the field against each other. I care not for the petty squabbles of nations and conquerors. All that matters is the work, and the advancement of my knowledge of the frailties of human flesh, and the ways in which it can be surgically altered and improved upon. Surgery is the key to the restoration of life. I feel sure of it now. A few more decades, a few more wars, and my scalpel blade will finally cut through to find the secret knowledge that I know is hidden within these maimed and bloodied forms. It is time for Henry West, M.D., to leave Arkham once more. I've been here too long, and rumors are beginning to circulate, drawing attention to my apparently unaging appearance. I have already laid the groundwork for my eventual return. A nephew has been mentioned, Howard Phillips West, a surgeon and man of science, like myself. A decade or two from now, he will come to Arkham to claim the inheritance left to him by his now late uncle. I leave my beloved Lenora resting in the secret place within the chapel I have built for her, where I know she will patiently await my return. From the Journal of Dr. Henry West, The Crimean Peninsula, 1854. Europe is at war again, providing me with more surgical fodder for my work. Humanity concerns itself with death. I am concerned with life, with reversing the effects of death, and restoring my beloved Lenora to my side, with conquering death itself. From the Journal of Dr. Henry West, Georgia, 1864. Arkham is a distant memory, and my image of Lenora has grown indistinct. Yet still I can vividly recall the scent of her hair and the warmth of her lips. I know she waits for me still. Almost a century has passed since I began my search. I've seen wars, famine, empires rise and fall, and so much suffering. My experiences have led me to explore realms I would once have dismissed as superstition and fancy. Now at last my journey is over. At last I have the means to restore my beloved to life. I return to West Mansion and my love. The house shall soon be alive once more with the infectious sound of Lenora's joyful laughter. Disaster! I am a fool! Lenora has returned, a ghoulish, screeching, drooling thing. She watches without seeing, through blind eyes older than time. I keep her restrained for her own benefit. In rare moments of lucidity, she is herself again, and begs that I set her free. It is a ruse, as I have already learned to my cost. Yet perversely, these fleeting instances give me cause for hope. We're close, my love, so close. I must go. She is hungry. Lenora slipped her chains once more last night. I found her at dawn on the outskirts of Arkham, her face bloodied, her beautiful ivory wedding gown stained black with gore, and this time clutched tightly in her hands were the shattered remains of a porcelain doll. Oh, God! The children! From the Journal of Dr. Henry West, Cambridge, 1866. What devilry is this? I have been sent to Cambridge on a wild goose chase by Arkham's magistrate. The patient did not keep our appointment. His house is deserted. 2 days of travel have been for naught. I cannot shake this dread feeling deep in my heart that something is terribly amiss. 6 o'clock. Too exhausted to sleep. The sun rises, today as every other. Yet something has forever changed. I feel not its warm embrace. I cannot yet make sense of this madness. I write this account of last night only to convince myself of its irrevocable outcome. My heart is dead. Lenora is no more. I reached Arkham at nightfall. As my horse Providence crested the west ridge, I witnessed a chilling scene, and the purpose of this fool's errand became clear. Towering over the mansion stood a sacrificial wicker man, crudely fashioned. Even at a distance, I could make out the mob and the flailing figure of a woman in an ivory gown trussed and borne on her shoulders. A jury of the great and good of Arkham Town had already pronounced judgment. Their intent was plain. Lenora was to be burned as a witch. I rode with haste. As I rode, a cacophony of jeers and cries, and such screaming reached my ears, and I grimly observed that the good Christian folk of Arkham Town have not entirely abandoned their pagan roots. How quickly man will revert to superstition in dealing with matters he does not understand. I prayed for help to any god that would listen, but it was not our Lord that answered. I could not say what fate befell that mob, only that their shouting and jeering turned to screams, and then a strange, inhuman moaning that chilled my blood. In that garden, last night, I did bear witness to a succession of events I can scarcely believe, though they did happen. Before the wicker man stood a masked brute, drawn straight from the pages of some lurid penny dreadful, and in her own voice, Lenora cried out to me. And then, in a ghastly parody of life, that rough-hewn effigy did begin to move, groaning and creaking like the gates of hell. The brute began to scale that tumble-down colossus, and with inhuman strength did he tear apart the wicker man and set Lenora free. I used my talents only to serve mankind. My reward is ruination. So be it. All that remains of my wife are memories and her wedding ring. In time, both will tarnish. Science has failed me. Humanity is a luxury I can no longer afford. I shall put my faith in older gods. I will tear down the gates of heaven to find you, Lenora, and I shall reach them on a stairway built from the stacked corpses of the good people of Arkham. And the body of her masked executioner shall form the final step. From the Journal of Dr. Henry West, Arkham. All is not lost. There are greater forces in the universe than science and so-called reason. In my researches into the obscure arcana buried away in the furthest corners of human learning, I have come across hints of them many times before. Always I dismissed them as superstitious nonsense, but no more. Artificially induced longevity of my own lifespan, the reanimation of dead matter, gross surgical alterations of human form, all these things would be dismissed as impossible. And yet all these things I know to be possible. The secrets are there if you know where to look. To find them, you need wealth, a great deal of wealth, and decades in patient searching. Fortunately, I had both in abundance. I traveled the world. I filled my home with curios and books, most of them useless, but some of them would provide me with what I needed. From the Journal of Dr. Henry West, Peru, 1923. The world is filled with secret voices. They talk to us from ancient books, from artifacts stolen from tombs, from the hieroglyphics carved into the walls of lost and secret temples. I listen to them all. Finally, after decades of waiting, I found the right one to unlock the knowledge I sought. From the Journal of Dr. Henry West, En route, 1925. The Southern Americas have proven to be fertile grounds for my research, and we set sail from Tulum, well laden with the arcane relics of religions long dead. I sense I'm being steered by some invisible force, more powerful than the wind and the tides. 2 days ago, just north of Puerto Rico, and in an unnatural fog, the ship was dashed against the rocks and wrecked. I woke on the shores of this lonely atoll. Where? I cannot say. The constellations in the night sky are not those I learned as a child. It is a strange place, desolate, eerie, like home. It would seem that I am the solitary survivor of the wreck, yet I am not alone here. Even now, in the darkness, I hear that dreadful, ceaseless chant. La, la, Cthulhu, Fatagan. Periodically, the island is ravaged by fierce storms. In the days that follow, seafarers from eras long past are washed ashore, while the wreckage of flying machines from some distant future lies strewn across the landscape. In this place, yesterday, tomorrow, and forever after exist together in the here and now. At sites throughout the island, the air crackles with an unknowable energy, jagged as broken glass. It is in these places that the fabric of reality has worn most thin. But worn thin by what? From cannibalized mechanical parts, I have devised a system of relays stretching across this island with a mind to harnessing this energy, perhaps to exploit the unique properties of this place for my own ends. No doubt this climate is treacherous, yet those marooned here face more immediate dangers. The island's inhabitants hunt them down tirelessly, with grim delight. With each sacrifice, my instruments measure a surge of some dark power. Those that evade capture are slowly changed, corrupted. I alone am spared. I have penetrated the inner sanctum of the Thule Temple. At its center stands a golden sarcophagus, Aztec in origin, radiant, glorious. It seems strangely familiar, as if from a dream of long ago. It intrigues me. One could say it calls to me. I should like to study it further. This day, I have made contact with the island's indigenous inhabitants. It is as if I had been expected. They are men of the sea. Slimy, grotesque. Once, perhaps, they were human. The gods that came to my aid the night Lenora died are known to these creatures. They are their masters. At last, I shall learn their name. The dead possess a hidden energy. A necrotic power, or necro-energy, is released at the moment of death and can be harnessed by those with the power to see it. The masters feed on it. Death is the source of their nourishment. From the Journal of Dr. Henry West, 1930. Doorways. Everywhere, doorways, between here, there, and perhaps the hereafter. I travel freely now, unencumbered by such trivial concepts as time and distance. I channel limitless energy through these portals directly to West Mansion, and so my research continues. What wonders have been opened up to me now that the secrets of portal travel are mine? I have sat in caverns deep beneath the earth and conversed in dead languages with inhuman things that dwell there. I have stood on alien worlds and looked up at stars far different from our own. The hidden pathways of the universe are mine to command. The Abyss. That is the name of the prison my masters are trapped in. It is elsewhere, part of overspace, a place far beyond human understanding. They have been there for longer than time can be measured, but it is written that they will return one day, when the stars are aligned. When they do, they will reward those who have aided their return. The Dark Masters. At last I have found them. The energy required to create the smallest breach into the great void was immense. So much suffering. So many deaths. No matter. Something was let out. All tentacles and horns. Immeasurably vast. Awful. It is but the slightest projection of their form into this domain. It is the Lord Thule. I return now to Arkham, to West Manor. I return, too, as another Henry West, nephew of the previous owner of West Mansion, and legal heir to all that was his. There are the great old ones, the many-angled ones, the rulers of the impossible gulfs, the masters of all that is seen and unseen. They have a true name, though I only ever dare say it once and never again. They are the corrupted, and if I serve them faithfully, they will give me what I want. The masters were, the masters are, and the masters shall be. Not in the spaces we know, but between them. They exist, serene and primal, formless, and to us, unseen. I have not always gone by my true name. In London, in 1888, I called myself Jack. I was bored, but soon found ways to keep myself amused. Now I go by the name of Henry West again. Before that, I was Derleth West. Before him, Randolph Carter West, Clark Ashton West, Howard Phillips West, Charles Dexter West. So many different names, but all with the same face and purpose. I like this modern world, so cold and impersonal. A pity it must all be destroyed. I watch with amusement as mankind sends rockets and satellites into the cosmos. If they knew what else was out there, waiting for them, they would run and hide, and never dare to look up again. The human race are vermin, infesting the earth, while its true owners are absent. I will be the exterminator. To while away the years and tap the youthful life energies of Miskatonic's student body, I've once again taken up a post at the university, the fourth time I've been a member of the faculty in the last 100 years. We Wests have always been at the forefront of the advancement of learning.
From the Journal of Dr. Henry West, The Arctic, 1951.
The greatest discovery of all, an ice palace built beneath the polar wastes, a cathedral to the glories of the masters, founded upon the ruins of something far older. It is all nothing more than a monument to grand folly, though. Those that built this place sought to use the masters for their own ends. They were punished for their arrogance, while I will be rewarded for my faithful service. There are places of power here on earth that have known the touch of the masters. They are few in number and watched over by terrible guardians, but I must find them. Everything depends on it. Despite my attempts to unlock its secrets, the Terror Mask continues to frustrate me. I thought I sensed a power within it, but perhaps it's no more than it appears to be, an unremarkable ceremonial bone mask. I return it to its place among my collection and turn my attention to more important matters. I have consulted the texts I have so painstakingly collected. They say the secret of the portals is contained within the pages of the Necronomicon. By chance, a copy of that most infamous of books is kept under lock and key in the restricted section of Miskatonic University. Whatever the cost, I must have it. My home has changed much since I first built it. New wings and floors have been added, hidden cellars and dungeons excavated, and outbuildings have grown up in the grounds around it. It has its secrets, and it has guardians to protect those secrets. Arkham is in an uproar today. There was a break-in at the university library last night. A night watchman and some interfering fool of a librarian were killed, and a rare volume stolen, although the authorities refused to name it. No matter. I now have what I need. I have traveled through these portals to those remote and mystic places that have known the touch of the masters. Fools reassure themselves that these places of horrors and wonders exist far from their own doorsteps, but the touch of the corrupted is everywhere. They are here, among us. If only we had eyes to see them, look for them among the haunted and abandoned places of our everyday world, the places we instinctively shun, even if we do not know why. They are there. They are waiting for us. Last night, through ways too strange to easily relate here, I made direct contact with the masters, and they made their divine will known to me. It will take years to plan, and decades more to implement, but time is something I have no shortage of. Their will shall be done. How many days have I sat in the mansion's chapel? First of all, it was the resting place of my beloved Lenora. Then it became a place of communion with the masters. So many ways to the secrets of my home intersect here. It is at the heart of everything I work for. From the Journal of Dr. Henry West, Arkham, 1976. I have made a holy covenant with the rulers of the impossible gulfs. When the stars are right and the way has been prepared, I will open up a gateway to allow them to escape their prison. This world shall be theirs again. In return, they will restore my Lenora to me. Poets write of love so strong that it shakes the world. The love that I bear will destroy it instead. The Necronomicon speaks of a war in the abyss, and a renegade that escaped. Weak, dying, it oozed through the cracks in reality and into this world. The masters assure me these legends are lies. The masters put my scientific knowledge to good use. In my labs beneath the mansion, I create new forms of servant creatures for them, splicing together abominations and monstrosities. I build their armies for them, and they are grateful. Problem: subjects' screams disturb my concentration while I'm working. Solution: sew up the mouth or sever the vocal cords. For every year I have spent in West Mansion, I have spent several more traveling the world in search of knowledge. I don't worry at leaving my home unoccupied for so long. The things that roam its grounds and lie in wait within its walls will deter any unwelcome guests. I do not sleep, a side effect of the longevity process. I lie in the darkness and hear only the screams of my victims. It has been like this for more than 200 years now. The Master's true forms cannot exist in this world. They require host bodies. But what form, what kind of flesh is strong enough to contain the terrible power of their life forces? It will be the supreme challenge to build new bodies for them. I remold flesh and resculpt bone. I create things both unnatural and wondrous. I enjoy my work. I've seen hundreds, thousands more likely, die before me on the surgeon's table. Their gods did not answer their babbling prayers. Mine will. Humanity is doomed. I am convinced of that now. While mankind sleeps, the masters and their servants grow in numbers and gather their strength. They build their armies in readiness for the glorious day when the gates are opened and those who wait in darkness return to reclaim what has always been theirs. We are not the owners of the earth. We are merely its unwelcome tenants. The servants of the masters are crude, bestial things, with one exception. It calls itself Biggie Man and, although as savage as many of the others, is possessed by a primitive but cunning intelligence. The others fear it greatly, and in my dealings with it, even I have felt wary of its tricks. These creatures that are harvested for food here, what are they, I wonder? The remnants of some elder race? An offshoot of humanity itself? It doesn't matter. They are merely cattle. An appetizer to the main course. A foretaste of mankind's fate once the masters return. The masters of the abyss reward those who serve them. Food is one such reward. I will be rewarded too. My beloved Lenora will be returned to me. The masters are patient, for after summer comes winter, and after winter comes summer. They know their time will come again. Host Body A's natural strength and size has been increased through surgical augmentation, making it powerful enough to contain the life essence of one of the masters. Of course, the process has driven it violently insane, but living flesh is always easier to work with than dead. It is more than 30 years since our covenant was made, and still I wait. The places of power on the other side of the portalways must be explored and prepared. Intricate rituals must be conducted. The movements of the heavens must be observed. And still, I wait. I am patient. I will have my reward. Lenora and I were never blessed with children, but I think of all my creations as my children now. They play in the grounds of the mansion and make their lairs in its darkest corners. The children grow restless and hungry. I must arrange for another student to visit me here at the mansion and keep them entertained. Even after the rituals have been conducted and the heavens are in the correct alignment, a sacrifice is needed. Fate will provide the right victim, the masters tell me. I will know the sacrifice when it is seen, they promise me. The children consume human flesh with much relish. I tried it once. 'Twas not to my taste.
From the Journal of Dr. Henry West, Arkham.
In the Old Testament, it is Ahriman the terror that stalks by night. The Necronomicon calls it the Great Devourer. The insectoid race that once inhabited the dead world of Formosa called it Isigthuga, and burned their entire planet to ash in sacrifice to it. It is the overlord of the corrupted, and it will be the first to cross over when the gateway is opened. When the stars were right, they could plunge from world to world through the cosmos, consuming all. But when the stars are wrong, They're confined to the abyss. Soon, the stars will be right again. The moment grows near. The time of cosmic alignment is only a few short weeks away. The masters have promised me that the sacrifice would manifest itself, but still I wait. This moment has been decades in coming. Has it all been for nothing? My theories in necrobiology find little favor with the sensibilities of this modern age. There are protests and complaints. In previous centuries, they stoned me and drove me from town. In this age, they write protest emails to the college newspaper. I live in an age of naive innocence. My work still requires subjects. The rituals require sacrifices. The creatures in my mansion require feeding. Luckily, the student population at the university is ample enough to provide me with everything I need. They do not like my theories, but my cash is a different matter. I tell them the life essence draining devices I hook them up to are a private research project. They leave weakened and faint, but $50 richer. They spend the money on beer and pizza, no doubt. Poor compensation for the 10 years or more that I have just stolen from their likely lifespan.
From the Journal of Dr. Henry West, Arkham, 2009.
My hand trembles even as I record this. Today, in my office, at Miskatonic, a young woman came to see me. Her name was Jennifer Willis, a student at the university. In looks and manner, she is the near double of my beloved Lenora. The masters were right. Fate has provided us with a chosen sacrifice. I have known no friends, no close acquaintances, no human companionship for 2.5 centuries now. I do not need such things. I have my work and the assurance that my beloved will be returned to me. I will offer up that girl's soul to the masters, and her flesh will become my beloved's flesh. All is as it should be. This girl, Jennifer, will die, so that my Lenora will live again. When the sacrifice is made, at the right time and in the appointed place, the gateway will open and the masters will be released. Lenora will be returned to me, reborn in this other woman's flesh.
From the Journal of Dr. Henry West, Arkham, 2010.
The alignment comes tomorrow. I have found the right bait to lure this woman to my mansion. There, I will carry her through the portals to enact a portion of the ritual at each of the places of power. Then comes the sacrifice and the opening of the gateway. Nothing can go wrong. She is here. I hear her talking in the hallway below. She has brought another with her, against my instructions. Some feeble-minded boyfriend, no doubt. No matter. He will not save her. Nothing can.